if you're going to sign a non-compete that says if you no longer work for this home care agency, you can't take your patient with you, that makes no sense whatsoever, because that patient wants you to be their home care attendant, whether you're working for agency A, B, or C. So we've gotten non-competes in the home care space just thrown out because it's absurd. You can't sign an agreement that says I'm not going to care for my mom anymore if I no longer work for this company.
Oh, interesting. So I was going to actually correct you on the pronoun you used there because I didn't understand. So you're saying, just to be clear, this person is actually helping their own mom, and they're working in this home care agency, and they happen to be working in a home care agency, and now they're constricted by this non-compete that they can't support their own.
If they go to a different company, they can't take their mom with them. And that's absurd.
Okay.
Right?
And so
that's super unenforceable.
Right.
But let's do the flip side of that, right? You're a high-level marketing executive.
Can I pause you? Before you go to the
go
next
ahead.
example, let's stay in the home care space because I understood it from the opposite perspective. So, okay, if it's your own mom, ridiculous. We all agree. But let's say it's my home care and I hire Aubrey and she's working with, this family that she would have never met before were it not for my connection. And then all of a sudden that family doesn't want to work with my business anymore and they just work with Aubrey directly, right? Is that what those non-competes are there to protect? And where does that come in?
Yes. And I think that that's a great example and that's a great question. So typically, and that goes to the reasonably necessary to protect your business, right?
Because you're stealing the business, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So if I'm introducing you to people that you otherwise wouldn't have met, it is perfectly reasonable for me to say, hey, if you no longer work for me, these are my people that I introduce you to. You can't service them. You can't ask them for business. You can't work with them. You can't take them somewhere else. Right. Right. And so, and it doesn't have to be your mom, right? Because there's a lot of industries where I have a book of business. And it's interesting because lawyers and doctors and accountants, their non-competes are pretty much unenforceable altogether. But if I have a book of business and I go from employer A to employer B, they want me, right? They want Anton or Aubrey. And if I go to a different company and I'm a lawyer for a different company, the employer can't say, well, you have to stay with me, because you get to pick your own professional. You get to pick your own doctor. You get to pick your own accountant. You get to pick your own lawyer. And so non-competes in that space are virtually unenforceable.